Good morning, family. All right. Hey, hope everybody has a swell, beautiful day today. You better be up and awake and already. I mean, if you ain't got a job right now, you better be on the phone calling, finding a job. Unless you're in school, which even then you should be on the phone talking to welders and getting your contacts, you guys. Get your network down. All right. That's your first thing in the morning motivation.
I ain't gonna push you that hard. Just pour yourself a cup of Joe. Wake up.
All right. So this morning, first motivation: get up, start building your network. If you ain't got a job, build a network. Okay. If you're in school, build a network. By the time you get out of school, you ought to have a huge network. You can go right to work. But anyways, and if your school is like a real school, they should put you in your first job. But I might mention that to your instructors if they don't do that already. But anyways, okay, so first thing, let's talk about the 3 to 4 people that have had the most influence on the way that I am, maybe the way Jed is. I know at least 2 of them are the reason Jed is the way he is.
You better explain them to me.
Okay. Guys, probably my #1 influencer was my dad. Okay? My dad, we grew up doing hardwood floors since we were little kids. 6, 7 years old, we were going with my dad to work every day. When school started, if a job was close to the house, we went to work after school. During the summers, we were gone. We were always working all the time. That by itself, I think my dad right there, that was probably the #1 thing that well, not the #1, that was one of the things that I learned and picked up on was work ethic. I mean, I can work most people into the freaking ground. Just because we've been doing it since we were little kids. That's just the way we were brought up. If you wanted something, we never got what do you call that?
An allowance?
An allowance. We asked my dad one time because we found out that our friends were getting allowances. And said, Dad, we need an allowance. All of our friends are getting allowances. And I remember he looked at us and he said, you want me to pay you to breathe? And I was like, I guess not. And anyways, yeah, we never got an allowance. If we got anything, we went and worked for it. And he would give us the jobs to go do it. He taught us about money. So anyways, my dad has owned his own company since he was 18 years old. That's what he did, hardwood floors. He built that company from a couple houses a year to, I mean, what was he making before 2008? Like $500,000?
He was making a lot.
Like $500,000, okay? From a couple houses, maybe not a couple houses a year, maybe like, you know, a couple houses a month to a $500,000 company. Huge custom homes. He still does huge custom homes. I mean, we got done with one in Jackson that's just huge. I think it was the richest CEO gold mine in Africa. And he owns the whole top of a mountain. The whole house overlooks the Tetons. So,
that's pretty amazing. And
we did it. I mean, the house is in Big Sky Journal. If you guys go look at Big Sky Journal magazine, Dad's Hardwood Floor is in that house. Is in that magazine. He's been in a lot of magazines. But anyways, so #1, he taught us a work ethic like you wouldn't believe. I mean, we worked for everything. We worked hard. That was just the way we grew up. #2, he taught us how to build a relationship. I mean, seriously, the relationship end of it, my dad used to have to advertise a bunch. My dad has not advertised in 25 years. Okay? And it's because he's built these relationships to where these floor guys, I mean, these builders and these contractors and these people that want floors, my dad's one of the most expensive floor guys in the Western United States. Okay? He gets calls constantly. He can't keep up with the work because he's just always getting called. And it's because he's built a relationship. So when we were little kids, I mean, we were little, you guys. And he would make us go talk to homeowners. He would make us go talk to builders. He'd make us go talk to other contractors. And we were these little kids telling these contractors that, hey, we need you to move your stuff so that we can get in here and lay this floor. Or, how do you, or like we would, basically what he was teaching us was how to build a relationship with people that were a lot older than we were. How to, not really be demanding, but have an authority about you. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, we were 16, 17 years old running crews on multi-million-dollar houses. And the people that they would send, the builders would come to us and say, all right, guys, like, what's the plan? What are we doing? What's the timeline? Yeah. And it was all because my dad taught us how to build that relationship, how to talk to people. We've been talking to adults since we were freaking little. It was just part of the deal. That's how we grew up. And I think it's funny because when you get older, you kind of, I don't know what it is about being a little kid. You're like, all right, I'll go tell that guy to move, whatever, you know? Or I'll go, you know, I'm going to go build a relationship with this guy. I'm going to go be friends with him. Let's go talk to him. But then when you get older, you shrink into, like, you're like a turtle. Like you just crawl into a shell and you never come back out unless you force yourself to come back out. Which, guys, if you are that way and you don't feel like you can even talk to somebody, you need to force yourself to move out. To go talk to somebody. Make it a goal to go talk to 2 people. Go learn about their lives. I mean, they're going to look at you and be like, who the hell is this guy? Don't even worry about it. Who cares? You're there building yourself. You're not worried about them. You're trying to build your own self-esteem, your drive to go communicate, okay? You're never going to get rich if you can't communicate. All these, yeah, anyways, never mind. I'll leave that one there. But anyways, so that's what my dad taught me. Same with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, hard work, how to build a relationship. Those are 2 of the biggest keys to my success, for sure. I mean, if you ain't going to push hard and go build these relationships, you're not going to make any money. Number 2 would probably be my Grandpa Schofield. Okay? My Grandpa Schofield is small little cowboy. I mean, he's soft-spoken. He doesn't get worked up about nothing. I mean, I'm sure my dad's got other stories, but grandsons.
Yeah.
He never got worked up about nothing. He was always really quiet. He was just a cowboy. And one thing I remember my dad saying, and I can still see it to this day, is when my grandpa would tell you that he would do something, it was 100% sure that he would do it. My grandpa was the biggest hay distributor for Larson Farms for forever, it seemed like. Okay? Kentucky race fields would call him and they would fly him and my grandma out because they liked him so much to come tour the facilities and stuff, okay? The thing I learned from my grandpa was honesty. I mean, that dude, if he said he was going to do something, he would do it. He built relationships that, I mean, he could do anything with because they trusted my grandpa so much.
I learned a lot of hard work from him. He worked until he was like 75.
That's true, you guys.
I mean, he wasn't just like driving a truck when he was 75. He was bucking bales.
Yeah. He was haying. He was doing all sorts of stuff. I mean, he had 2 freaking heart attacks in a hay shed. I mean, that's a tough dude. So, yeah. I mean, honesty, work. I'm sure that's where my dad got it. Actually, I know that's where my dad got it because the stories I've been told about it.
A lot of work for no pay.
A lot of work for no pay. At least we got paid $1 an hour when we started, so that was nice. I mean, we made $10 a day. That was pretty cool. But anyways, and then I'm trying to think who else.
You know what's so funny is so Jake started this video out at telling me that I need to think of 2 people that have had a big influence on my life, and there's been lots of people that have influenced things that I've done. But it's funny, I can't pinpoint 2 people. Like, I know my parents, they've raised me since I was a kid, and I've been around my grandparents forever, and a bunch of my friends and their parents. But I'm still constantly being influenced by the people we listen to or the people around us. And so are you, whether or not you know it. And so, like, I couldn't pinpoint two people.
You pick up from a lot of different people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I push the motivational books, the
education.
Yeah, the educational books, is because you're going to pick up little things from all these people, and it's going to make you a better person. It really will. So probably the third person, and this isn't the last person or nothing, you know. I mean, I pick up from people all the time. I pick up from people that are younger than I am even. I mean, I am constantly learning from everybody I can. But probably the third person that has made me the way I am is probably Grant Cardone. And that's kind of a funny thing to say because I've never met the dude in my life.
Right.
But, guys, I did not think the way I used to think until I started listening to that guy. I watch him on YouTube. I mean, I really, really pay attention to what he's doing. The things I learned about Grant is go fast, go hard, and, you know, build a legacy, build a brand, build your name's brand, okay? When I hear Grant Cardone, it instantly goes to sales and real estate. That's what I think of. I'm working on building my own brand behind Schofield Welding, Schofield Enterprises, things like that. And I want it to be synonymous with what I am doing. When somebody hears Schofield, they instantly clicks in their mind, dude, that's Jake Schofield, that's Jed Schofield, that's Eliza. You know, I want this name to become something that is worldwide. And that's what I learned from Grant is, if you're going in the wrong direction, you just as well get there fast instead of sit there and kind of putter around and get there slow. Just eats up too much time. Then you can turn around and start on the other direction. Hopefully you're going in the right direction that time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what I got. Sales is huge. Okay, guys? I learned that from Grant. I learned that from Dad too, because that's part of a relationship, is learning. I know personally myself, if I'm going to go buy something from somebody, I want it to be somebody that I know or that I've got some kind of a relationship with. I mean, it's something, it's a trust factor. It really is. But anyways, guys, so those are kind of the three people that I right now can think of. I've learned from hundreds of people, but those are probably the three that really kind of made me the way I am. I think it's kind of changed your ideas on things too.
The books we listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, you guys, be great. Seriously, be great, because nothing else. Be blessed. Like, subscribe, comment. SchofieldWelding@gmail.com if you want to get a hold of us. We'll talk to y'all here in a little bit. Everybody have a great day. See ya.